Most people think they need more money to start building wealth. That's the lie that's keeping them poor. It's not about how much someone earns. It's about the order in which they move their money. And almost nobody gets this right. There's a teacher making $38,000 a year. She's been putting $200 into a savings account every month for 6 years. She feels responsible. She feels like she's doing the right thing. Then there's a warehouse worker making $41,000. He's not a genius. No, he didn't go to college. But 3 years ago, someone showed him a specific order, a sequence, for where money should go first, second, and third. Today, that warehouse worker has more investable assets than the teacher. Same country, similar income, completely different outcomes. The only difference? Order. Here's what nobody teaches in school. There is a specific sequence to building wealth. Skip a step, or do the steps in the wrong order. And money leaks out of the system before it ever has a chance to compound. Most people are working hard and going nowhere, not because they're lazy, not because they don't earn enough, but because they're pouring water into a bucket full of holes. And the holes aren't obvious. They're invisible to anyone who doesn't know where to look. So, what is the right order? First, it's important to understand why the wrong order is so easy to fall into. Because the financial system, the ads, at the banks, the advice from well-meaning relatives is almost perfectly designed to push people into doing this backwards. Think about the first thing most people do when they get a raise. They upgrade their life. Nicer apartment, newer car, a little more eating out. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it is silent and merciless. The raise comes in, the expenses rise to meet it, and the person ends up saving the same percentage they always did, which is almost nothing. Then they feel behind, so they open a savings account. Good, right? Not necessarily, because a savings account earning 0.5% interest while inflation runs at 3% is not saving. It's slow motion losing. The number on the screen goes up. The actual value of that money goes down. So they try investing. They hear about stocks. They throw some money at a random fund they saw in an ad. But there's high-fee debt still sitting on a credit card at 22% interest. And mathematically, actually no stock market return, not even a great year, beats paying off a 22% debt first. They're running forward on a treadmill someone else controls. Here's the reversal, the one that changes everything. Wealth is not built by earning more. Wealth is built by plugging the leaks in the right sequence. Step 1 isn't investing. Step 1 isn't even saving. Step 1 is eliminating the bleeds, the invisible financial wounds that drain money faster than any investment can grow it. Old high-interest debt is the biggest bleed. Credit cards, buy now, pay later traps. Personal loans above 10% interest. Every dollar sitting in one of these is costing more than almost any investment can earn back. The math here is brutal and simple. If someone is paying 20% interest on a credit card while earning 7% on an index fund, they are losing 13% on that money every single year. They are investing backwards. If the first move, the one that unlocks everything else, is to suffocate that high-interest debt before anything else gets a single dollar. But there's a catch, and this is where most advice goes wrong. The people who say, pay off all debt before investing, they're also partially wrong, because not all debt is equal. A mortgage at 4% interest is not the same as a credit card at 24%. A student loan at 5% is not the same as a payday loan at 300%. The question isn't, do I have debt? The question is, what is the cost of that debt compared to what money can earn? If debt costs more than 7 to 8%, it gets paid first. Below that, it can coexist with investing. This one distinction alone changes the financial trajectory of most people who finally understand it. So, what comes after the high-interest debt is gone? Step 2 is building a buffer, not a savings account for wealth building, a buffer. 3 to 6 months of living expenses sitting somewhere accessible. A high-yield savings account, not a standard one. Earning something real, even if modest. This buffer isn't meant to grow, it's meant to protect. Because here's what happens to people without one. The moment an unexpected expense appears, a car repair, a medical bill, a job loss, they crack open their investments. They sell at the worst time, they pay penalties, they lose compounding. Then one bad month wipes out 2 years of progress. The buffer is armor. It makes every other financial decision calmer, clearer, and smarter. Now comes step 3. And this is the one that most people skip or do last. And it is the single most expensive mistake in personal finance: the employer match. If an employer offers to match retirement contributions, say up to 5% of salary, and an employee doesn't contribute at least that much, they are leaving free money on the table. Not metaphorically, literally, dollar for dollar, untaxed. There is no investment on earth that offers a guaranteed 100% return on day one. But millions of people either don't enroll, contribute too little, or delay because they feel like they can't afford to, all while passing up the single best return available to them. The warehouse worker, this was one of the first things someone explained to him. He didn't even fully understand investing. He just started contributing enough to capture the full employer match. That single decision, started early enough, can add hundreds of thousands of dollars to a retirement balance over time, without any financial genius required. Step 4 is where real wealth building accelerates. Once the high-interest debt is gone, the buffer is in place, and the employer match is captured, every next dollar should go into tax-advantaged accounts. In the United States, as this means maxing a Roth IRA before taxable brokerage accounts. The Roth IRA is one of the most powerful legal tools available to anyone under a certain income level. Money goes in after taxes, and then it grows completely tax-free, forever. Withdrawals in retirement, tax-free. Most people have never heard this explained clearly. They hear Roth IRA and assume it's complicated. It's not. It's an account type. Any basic index fund can sit inside it. The magic is not in what's inside. It's in the tax protection wrapping around it. $1 in a Roth IRA is worth more than $1 in a taxable account, even if they're invested in the exact same fund, because one day, one of those dollars will be taxed, and the other one won't. Step 5 is where most financial content begins, and that's the problem. By the time someone starts looking at taxable brokerage accounts, individual stocks, real estate, or anything else, the foundation should already be solid, the debt bled out, the buffer built, the free money captured, the tax shelter filled. Without that foundation, investing in step 5 feels exciting and looks like progress. But it's building a penthouse on sand. This is why so many people feel like they're doing everything right and still not getting ahead. They skipped the foundation and started on the 10th floor. Remember the teacher making $38,000 a year? She's still putting $200 into a savings account every month, still feeling responsible, still confused about why it never seems to add up. But now imagine she understands the order, stops adding to the savings account for 6 months, destroys the credit card balance she's been carrying, builds a 3-month buffer in a high-yield account, enrolls in her workplace retirement plan to capture the full match she's been ignoring for 3 years, opens a Roth IRA, same income, same $200 a month, in different sequence. In 10 years, she is not in the same place. In 20 years, she is in a completely different life. The money didn't change, the order did. That's the whole game. And now, the order is clear. Step 1, kill the high-interest debt. Step 2, build the buffer. Step 3, capture the employer match. Step 4, fill the tax-advantaged accounts. Step 5, then, and only then, expand outward. That's it. 5 steps. In that order. Every time. Most people will read this, nod, and go back to doing it backwards. A few won't, and 10 years from now, those few will look like geniuses. They won't be geniuses. They'll just have followed the right order, at the right time, and let the math do the rest. The order was always the answer. It just took this long to see it.